Hi Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and today we're going to make this beautiful card. Actually, this is the one that I posted on my website, I think it was last week, but we're going to make the tip-top taupe version. Still so pretty. And then I wanted to show you this Watermelon Wonder version. So really, it's any color that you want to make the flowers on the background and then also the pop-up part of the flowers. So we're just going to go ahead and make the tip-top taupe one. So let's go ahead and get started. So let me give you all the measurements of the pieces. We're going to start with the basic black as the base, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then you're going to need 2 pieces of tip-top taupe, and these are both cut at 4 by 5 1/4. You're going to need one for the inside is why we're cutting out 2. And then 2 Whisper White, and these are both cut at 3 3/4 by 5, one for the inside. And then a piece of vellum cardstock, and this is cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4. Then a strip of the tip top taupe, and this is cut at 3/4 inches wide by 4 inches long. And then for the front, I went ahead already and stamped that. This Whisper White piece is cut at 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then the basic black layer behind it is cut at 1 3/8 by 2 7/8. Okay. All right, so first we're going to go ahead and stamp on our piece of vellum. Okay, so let me show you the stamp sets we're going to use today. This is the stamp set brand new in the Occasions catalog, and it's Oh So Succulent. And it also has a matching framelit, which is called Succulent Framelits. 17 pieces to this collection, and when you purchase them both together you'll save 10%, but they're also available separately if you want to do that. And then I'm going to be using Bunch of Blossoms for the inside of the card, and I'm going to use this Let's Celebrate Your Day right there. Then another brand new stamp set in the Occasions catalog, and it's Sweet Sentiments. And we're going to use this greeting right here. Everyone needs a friend like you. Isn't that beautiful, that font? I love it. All right, so we're going to use our paper piercing mat, and I just covered mine with a piece of grid paper, which is also available from Stampin' Up. And I just taped it with some shipping tape just to hold that in place, because when you're stamping, I don't want to stamp onto the mat. So this is the vellum piece that we're going to stamp on, and I'm hoping it shows up okay on the camera. Use the black StazOn, and this is great for stamping on wood, plastic, metal. It's really fabulous. So we're just going to take the Oh So Succulent stamp set, and this is the flower that we're going to use, and we're just going to randomly stamp it 5 times along the left-hand side of my vellum cardstock. And we're using the Stampin' Pierce mat because the photopolymer doesn't have any cushion like our clear mount and our wood mount. So using the paper piercing mat adds the cushion to the stamp. See how I stamped off on the edges, you can see. So since we covered it with the grid paper, the ink got on the paper instead of my mat. Okay. All right, now we're going to grab some extra vellum. We're going to stamp some more flowers. And these are going to be for the front and the inside. So I'm just going to stamp them just randomly on this piece of vellum so I can cut them out with my framelits. So this is the side that we stamped on. Now we're going to flip it over. Okay, so I'm going to take my Tip Top Taupe Classic ink, and I'm going to take a sponge dauber. These are 5 in a pack when you purchase them. And we're going to add the ink with the sponge dauber to the back of the flower. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the sponge dauber, I'm going to put it in the center of the flower, and I'm just going to swirl it around the inside of that flower. Okay, you can flip it over and then you can see what it looks like up against the white. You can add more ink if you want. All right, now we're going to take the 3 random flowers that we stamped. I'm going to add the ink to the front of the flowers on this one. Now this way, since we're adding the ink to the front of the flower, we're going to have to use the heat tool to speed that drying process up. So let me grab that. Now remember, this is the vellum cardstock, so the water-based ink will not dry really fast. So you're going to use your heat tool, or you can just let this set to dry, which will take a little bit longer. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and grab our big shot. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and cut our 3 flowers out. I'm going to use this flower shape. Now, one thing with the Oh So Succulent framelits, you're going to lay it down and you're just going to position it onto the flower. Since there's like no designated area to set the framelit on the flower, you're just going to have to kind of move it around and make the adjustment with the flower on the paper. And it looks like it goes like that. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and cut that out. So we're done with the big shot. Let's go ahead and move that. Okay, so we're going to bring our pieces back in. Now we're going to go ahead and put our layers onto the card. So now with this piece, we're going to add a strip of adhesive right along this edge of the flowers, just like that. And then this strip of cardstock is going to camouflage that adhesive on the background. So I'm going to take the strip and I'm going to put adhesive on that. I'm going to lay it right over top of that strip that we added, just like that. Then the greeting is going to go on the front, so we're going to put those 2 pieces together. Okay, we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. We're going to take our front of our card and we're just going to put that right about there. Okay, we got to do some more stamping first, so let's grab our Memento ink this time. We're going to use the Let's Celebrate Your Day. We're going to stamp the inside. Okay, now on my finished one here, I went ahead and just stamped the flowers. I didn't cut them out with the vellum. But you can see the difference. You can stamp them and then just add the ink over top of that, or we're going to add the flowers to the inside like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this on the inside. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and pop these flowers up on mini glue dots. So I'm going to put 2 on the front. Now this is why we added the ink to the front, and then we had to dry it because we're going to put some basic rhinestones on the front. So when you're stamping on the back with your classic ink, make sure to dry it because your glue dot will not adhere to the back of the flower. I'm just going to position the flower around this greeting right here in the front, and you can definitely tell the difference between the side you stamped and the side you didn't. It's a little bit softer on the back side. I'm going to put that one right there. Beautiful. And then this one's going to go on the inside. There. Okay, now we're going to add some basic rhinestones. So this is why we stamped on the back side with the tip top taupe, because on the front we can add the basic rhinestone. But if you did it the opposite way, you still want to dry it whatever side you're adding the ink to, because it's either going to be a glue dot or the rhinestone. And then the front layer, we added the ink to the back side, so the rhinestone will stick really nicely to the vellum cardstock. I think the rhinestones really add to this beautiful card. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, so there's the tip top taupe one. And then here's the other one that I was showing you about how you can just stamp the flowers and then add the ink. Still beautiful. And then here's the first one that I made with the sweet sugar plum. Beautiful. And then this one is the watermelon wonder. This is what that one looks like on the inside. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.